this begins like our new thing, which is theme months, which I am very excited about for numerous reasons. One being it's a project that we all get to kind of take part in and learn something a little bit more in depth than we do, you know, on our normal stuff. We're teaching different aspects of stuff. So Naleen and Lee and I are all in the same vein. We're all about comics all month. So, which I'm super stoked about because I'm writing my own right now. So this is kind of very timely. Secondly, we've got the build up. So everything that we're going to do for the next 3 weeks builds on itself. So today we're going to do, you know, story arc, and we're going to set off with the same beginning shot, if you will. And from there, you can take it where you want to. I'm going to take it where I want to. And then you're going to work on character expressions with Naleen tomorrow, and then a little storyboarding. Yeah, Evie, I keep telling myself I'm going to finish too. I've been supposedly writing my outline now for 3 months. So anyway, we're going to do that. And then when we get to all these elements to go together for the next 3 weeks, and then we're going to do a comic book camp. So that one isn't paid for. The next 3 weeks is not. It's our usual complimentary classes, and then it's a comic book camp. And in that one, we are going to start and finish one story, and we're all going to get to do one. We're all going to work on the same thing. Whereas this next 3 weeks, we get to take the same start and then add our own flavor to it. We're going to work on the same thing, and at the end, it'll be a comic book, right, that we're going to create and produce. And then if you're in the comic book camp, we are going to produce that book and ship it to you, a printed version. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, dude, we're tater tot. We don't have no plans to stop it, buddy. So wait till we got October, we got November, we got December, we've got 2021. We're not slowing down. All right, so as everyone's getting on, I'm going to go ahead and start, and here's the premise. So like I said, today is the beginning of comic book month, which is awesome. And we're all starting from the same kind of vantage point, right, which is Marvin the Martian. And it takes place right after Duck Dodgers, right? So after they mutually destroy the planet, which is why I know for a good portion of us here today, we've watched Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century. Olivia, yes. We're looking forward to having you in camp, man. So I know like some of you guys have seen Duck Dodgers with me before, but this sets up what we're going to do for comic book camp, and it's still an all-time favorite. So we're going to start off with Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century. We're going to watch that, and then we're going to jump into our story writing for today. All right, sound good? So Mr. Writer, sir, if you could take us to Duck Dodgers and still a favorite. I love that film. All right, so what does that have to do with comic book month? Well, to put it quite plainly, we're going to take off where that film just ended, which is Planet X is blown to shreds, right? So Marvin the Martian didn't get what he was looking for. Duck Dodgers comes from Earth. We're using Chuck's characters to start, right? But we're going to be able to take this story where you individually want to go with it, where I want to go with it, and so that we're playing in this world. And the whole idea behind today and understanding a story is what goes into it, right? So we have an exposition, and our exposition is going to be our opening shot, and we're all going to start from the same point. And then we have a rising action, right, which is all the stuff that goes on to create more tension, and then the climax, which is where kind of everything comes together, the falling action, which is where like things start to slow down, and then the resolution. So today, we're going to use Marvin the Martian, and we're going to start with this. So our exposition shot, we're all going to draw this same thing. We're going to start from this same point. After this, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and then it can go wherever you want it to go. So yes, Evie, we're all using the same base start, I'm going to call it. So here's the start. Lee and Aileen and I were cracking up and having a good time as we kind of came up with this. So Marvin is about to shoot the moon, right? And he's standing on Mars with his finger on the trigger of his Illudium Q-36 explosive space modulator. And that's where we stop, right? So that's our main shot. So does everybody have paper, right? Everybody have paper. Excellent. I couldn't do today without sketching something. Everybody's got their pencil. So what I'm going to recommend is just get a square, like a rectangle, right? Just a rectangle. This is going to be our main open exposition shot. So we're all going to draw the same thing, right? And what I want you to do is think of Marvin about to shoot him. So he's standing on Mars with his finger on the trigger. Wait, what would shooting the moon do? Well, we're going to get to that, right? Yeah, it could be, you'll see. And that's part of the fun part of what's coming up. So think of the Marvin. So what I want you to do is you're going to be looking from Marvin's perspective, okay? And the moon is going to be off in the distance, and it's just going to be his Illudium Q36 with his finger on the trigger. And that's how I want you to start. So everybody draw, and that's why I'm not showing you what I'm drawing. I'm going to just show you at the end because I want you to draw your version of this. So it's going to be the Illudium Q36 space modulator with the moon off in the distance. And Marvin is standing there as he is going to shoot the moon. All right. So you want to figure out how you're framing it. Now, this isn't necessarily storyboarding. This is just kind of getting an idea of we're all coming from the same point. I'm going to have Marvin's finger on the trigger. All right. So as we were thinking about this for you guys and what we were going to come up with, I know everybody knows who's been on the class knows Lee. Most people know Naylene now also. All right, it's got Mars off here, and then I'll have a few little stars. All right, so we'll take like another couple minutes. Don't worry about if we're a little. This is kind of just a sketched out shot. So I'm going to do a little bit more shading, but to give you an idea, right? So this is my just, we're all coming from that same shot. So I don't see necessarily Marvin in the shot, but I see his Illudium Q36. I see the moon off to the distance, fingers on the trigger. And off we go. All right. So I'll give you a couple minutes to make it as detailed as you want within the time that we have. And what's cool about this today, what I enjoy about this is once I start asking the question, everybody can have a different answer. We don't have to have the same thing. All right, so Kat, Laura, and Sarah Beth. You guys are working on stuff. Oh, and by the way, just to give you guys a programming note, all the classes for September will be at 2:30 Pacific, 4:30 Central, which is my time, because we took there was a lot of people that filled out the survey, and this time seemed to work best for everybody in general. It's the best general time slot. And there will be a surprise Lotta today. I'm not going to tell you when it is yet, but there is going to be a surprise Lotta today. You'll know about it in advance. It's not a part of cartoon. It's not a part of comic book, the official schedule. So it'll be on like a Monday or a Friday. All right.
And there was a comment in the chat. I can't see your drawing. Do you want to comment on that again?
Yes, I think that was Kat, Laura, and Sarah Beth. So I'm going to show it one more time here when I'm done. But what I wanted to do for everybody is just explain what that opening shot was and then have everybody draw their version of it without seeing mine. And then we can all kind of just post ours real quick. And then we're going to get into the story. All right, I'm going to do a little light shading. So I'm assuming that everybody now has started school. I have 2 older teenagers, and they started school yesterday. All right, so Evie starts tomorrow. Yep. So okay. Here we go. So there's mine. A little shading. Sarah, Laura, Kat. You guys can see Lorenzo, right? That's my thing. It just kind of gives me the opening shot, right? Tater tot, you don't start in a week till a week from now? Wow. All right. So here we go. Everybody's got their opening shot. We're good. Josh Jones, that looks awesome. Is Kat the one with the headband with the ears? Do I have that right? Is it Laura? All right, Laura. Sorry, I couldn't totally tell. All right, dude. So everybody's got their thing down, right? Which is great. We've got our opening shot. So here's the first question that I want to ask you. So this is our opening shot. From here, it goes in the direction that you individually want to go. And I'm going to tell you where I'm going to have mine going, which can be totally different from yours, but I'm not going to do mine first. So here's the question. Why is Marvin about to shoot the moon? You could have any answer you want. The whole idea behind today is thinking about the story behind things, right? What are the reasons why things are happening? So why is Marvin about to shoot the moon? I don't know. I mean, I know why I think he's going to shoot the moon. So if you've got an idea, and I don't want to go first because I don't want to taint the crowd. Tater Tot wants to go first. I can totally tell. Tater Tot, do you have an idea? No, you don't have an idea yet? All right. Are you sure? All right. All right. All right. Does anybody have an idea on like why Marvin? All right, Vienna.
Because he want because he's still mad at the duck for trying to claim planet X, and then he wants to get back at Earth by exploding the moon and sending asteroids their way.
Wow, that is a great starting point. Very good. I love it. See that? Look at that instant creativity. All right, so that's Victoria's. Does anybody have their own version of why Marvin would shoot the moon? I know, Evie, it took you 3 weeks to. I get it. I totally get it. Here's thinking on the fly. Does anybody else want to share why they think he would want to blow up the moon? All right, I'm going to share. Olivia. Let's go to Olivia.
Because he was mad at the duck that he was trying to take over planet X.
Nice. So is he going to get back at him by shooting the moon?
I think he's going to shoot the moon.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. So Liliana and Heather Rose said he wants to stop it from hitting Mars. Interesting. All right. So Evie's got an idea based off a Tater Tot comment. I'm going to tell you why I think Marvin is going to shoot the moon. So Duck Dodgers went to go to Planet X to secure the shaving cream atom, right? And everybody knows. I mean, look at Scott and myself. Clearly, we don't know what shaving cream is because we all have more hair on our faces than we do on our heads. So shaving isn't a thing, apparently. And no more cupcakes right now. There it is. There's that righteous beard. Come on, man. Yes. So Scott and I are upset because Duck Dodgers and Marvin, they blew up Planet X mutually. Marvin is especially mad because Marvin, he's going to shoot the moon because he's now growing this gigantic beard. It's huge. He can't get rid of it. There's no shaving cream. There's no way to shave it down. And he's so mad. And he's found out the only way to manufacture something, right, in some form is the moon is made up of this rare thing that's kind of like shaving cream. It's the only other place in the universe that has it. So he's got to blow up the moon, turn it into a powder, add some water from Earth in order to shave because Marvin is going to have the most righteous beard. He does already. And it's just making him angry. That's my idea. All right. Who else? Why is Marvin about to shoot the moon? Any ideas? Righteous beard, Liliana Heather Rose. No? Any more? Just explode and add water. Absolutely. All right, well, let's get to question 2 as we're thinking about question 1 and why Marvin would want to shoot the moon, right? Is who's going to stop him? Who's going to stop him? Now, this is where you come in with, it could be a Chuck Jones character that you turn into a superhero and a sidekick. It could be your own characters. I already know that Tater Tot and Evie, you guys have your own stuff, right? And characters that you draw. So here's the second question. Who's going to stop him, right? A superhero and a sidekick. So I want you to think about that. Like, who's going to stop him? Could be anything. Could be anybody. What I want you to do is kind of just jot down a little bit like that, the characters that would stop him. Maybe you have a name for him. Maybe it's just an idea of a character. Maybe you're going to, even though you're going to do expressions and stuff with Naylene tomorrow, maybe it's something that you just kind of jotted down real quick. So who is going to stop him? And how are they going to do it? He's got the finger on the trigger. Evie, absolutely, because you draw awesome characters, dude. I had to mention you. Martin and Marshall the Martians. All right. So do tell. Is Martin the lead, the hero, and Marshall the sidekick, or is Marshall the hero and Martin the sidekick? And if you want to go on, you can just hop your mic and you can talk about it. Because today's story, right? Do you want to go on? Do you want to go on, Liliana and Heather Rose? You can just unmute yourself. You're like, no way, dude. I'm just gonna type. Oh, come on! All right. So we have we have Martin and Marshall. How are they gonna stop Marvin? How are they gonna do it? Aha! What's the next part? You can do it. How are they going to stop him? Can we brainstorm on this? Now remember, everybody can have their own thing. It doesn't have to follow one narrative. Lorenzo, do you have an idea? All right, you can unmute yourself, man.
So my first one was for why Marvin wants to attack the moon is because I'm kind of going off of your idea. He has a huge beard right now, and he wants to destroy the moon so he can easily attack at night because there's no moon. And he's gonna rob all the stores of their shaving cream and just shave off his beard.
So Earth is the last bastion of shaving cream. And the only way he can do it is with a secret of night attack. And you gotta blow up the moon for that. I like your idea.
And who's gonna stop him is just a random guy and Roadrunner.
All right, is random guy the sidekick or is Roadrunner the sidekick?
Roadrunner's gonna be the sidekick.
Okay, so random guy. What is random guy's superpower?
He has the superpower to teleport and see what other people are doing.
Ooh, so is he going to teleport to Mars, do you think? Or is he teleporting to the moon?
He's gonna probably teleport to Mars, and then Marvin's not gonna be there, so he's gonna tell Roadrunner that he's at Earth.
Interesting. All right. I dig it. So Evie asked, can we use another story for some of the other classes? I'm trying to work on my other story because I don't have a lot in the middle. Well, for this one specifically, you probably could introduce that. We figured it'd be easy for people to start from the same point and build off that instead of looking at a blank sheet of paper. But I'm sure if you got something you want to explore, you can do that. All right. So I dig Lorenzo's. He's got Random Guy and Roadrunner. I think Random Guy should totally be the name of the superhero. Like, who are you? Just a random guy. Totally makes sense to me. All right. How about Laura, Kat, and Sarah Beth? You can't tell me that you guys don't have some whacked out story of why Marvin would shoot the moon, and then who's going to stop him, and how are they going to do it?
Hello, I have several different ideas.
All right, give me your best one.
Marvin is going to shoot the moon because he really likes the cheese. He really likes cheese, and he's going to shoot the moon to turn it into cheese.
Ooh.
Like a
It's
cheese
like-
bread or something. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a planet that has crackers?
Yeah.
All right. So who's gonna stop him, and how are they gonna do it?
I
You
have
got superheroes.
I have a superhero.
Okay.
I don't have it sketched out or anything yet, but
That's
it is my character, Grace, that I've been working on for ages. But
All right. So you have Grace, and then who's Grace's sidekick?
Grace's sidekick is the flying flower that I just made up right now.
All right. I like the flying flower. So we have Random Guy and Roadrunner, and then we have Grace and the flying flower. And then we
By
have
the way,
yes.
Grace's cat's butterfly character.
Okay, Grace is all right. Cass, that's right. The butterfly character. I got that. And then we've got Martin and Marshall. We have an entirely eclectic. I'm going to go with Olivia, who wants to jump in.
These are my superheroes I just made up: Super Rabbit and Super Cats.
Nice. All right. So which one's the sidekick and which one's the superhero?
So I think they're gonna. So the sidekick is Super Cat, and the leader is Super Rabbit. And my idea was they're gonna set a gigantic shield so the other bad guy they cannot bomb it.
All right. So we've got a force field around the moon, so that Marvin cannot shoot it with his Ludium Q36. Very interesting. I dig that. All right. Anybody else have an idea of? All right, Tater Tot. He's going to use Ralph, but he's not going to stop Marvin. Okay. So does Tater Tot, does Ralph have a sidekick? No. What if he did have a sidekick? What if his sidekick? So tell me about Ralph. Like who is Ralph? You can go ahead and unmute yourself. Just wait.
He's like this monster dog thing that I made, and he's just kind of a big old puppy dog that's just like yay all the time. So yeah.
Nickname or anything.
Oh man, I've been typing, but it hasn't been connected.
His name.
All right.
His literal name.
Okay. So
I muted.
you've got Ralph. I dig that. I'm gonna go with Bugs Bunny, right? Because he did Rabbit of Seville, where he shaved Elmer Fudd. So he's gonna be like my superhero, and I'm gonna call him the Barber. So he's gonna have a whole barber jacket and a cape, right? He's going to fly, and I'm gonna say that there's. How would he stop Marvin from shooting the moon? Or all right, to Tater Tot's point, are you going to stop him? Maybe he just blows up the moon. So I'm going to say that he doesn't stop Marvin from blowing up the moon. He obliterates the thing, and then like Barber Bugs ends up turning that entire thing into shaving cream and storing it. So he never even gets it. How sad is that, right? And the last question to ask yourself is, what happens if the moon explodes? So I think Victoria said, no, Vienna, right? All right, Vienna said asteroids, right? So he blows up the moon and all kinds of asteroids go piling toward it. That was interesting. Kat, Laura, and Sarah Beth make it into cheese. I make it into powder that you can make like instant milk for shaving cream. Liliana and Heather Rose, what happens when the moon explodes? If the moon explodes, what happens? You can do it. What happens? It could be the wackiest thing ever. You got this. Here it comes. Liliana is furiously typing away. The keys are going to fall right off the keyboard. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1. She's still typing. I think she's still typing. Is this like a super long answer? All right, what happens if the moon explodes? Tater Tot, I'd love to hear what happens if the moon explodes. Josh Jones is writing his out. I'm going to go to him after this too. It sends a huge tidal wave and saves Earth for being drawn into the sun. All right, there you go. Vienna thinks the ocean turns into a shaving cream ocean. That could actually be interesting. It's a pinball game. All right, that's interesting. Scott, can you put Josh Jones' screen up? All right, so Josh wrote out on his. And Josh, I love your sketch too. So why it gets in the way. The hero is Macintosh. Ha! There's an Apple reference. Or maybe it's just an Apple reference in general because those are delicious apples. The sidekick is Ralph Wolf. I dig that. And then Ralph chooses, do I have that right? Chooses them to Mars and eventually breaks the gun accidentally. Oh, chases. I'm sorry, not chooses. Chases them to Mars and accidentally breaks the gun. I do that. And then what if the moon goes boom? It rains cheese on Mars. I am sensing a theme in cheese. All right. Well done, Josh. I dig that. I like your animated things on the side too. Those are good films. All right.
Olivia has her hand up.
Who does?
Olivia.
Olivia.
It would turn like on pieces of air in space.
Ooh. All right. So it just kind of like sort of evaporates a little bit.
All of them may turn into air.
Okay. So the moon has just turned into a giant airbag of sorts. I dig that. All right. Liliana and Heather Rose said, because Marvin wanted to destroy the moon, that sends a huge tidal wave that moves the Earth out of the way of the sun. Because Marvin wanted to destroy the moon to hit the Earth, that was blocking Mars' sunlight. There you go. He couldn't get his tan, right? The sun is all the dude wants is a shave and a tan. That's it. He can't get any of it because the moon is blocking the way. So he's got to destroy the thing. I dig it. See? Do you see how easy that was? I would say, well done. He couldn't get his tan. Come on, Tater Tot. Absolutely. You can get a tan through that helmet. All right. So in this kind of idea of like the resolution of things, right? So if we were to take this story to like the end, right? What would be the ideal ending of each of your narratives, right? What happens at the end to, maybe it's a happy ending, maybe it's not a happy ending. I don't know. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and like pop your hand up. I'll call on you, or Scott will call on you. So here's what I'm thinking of the ending for mine, right? In my storyline, he's thoroughly upset because there's no more shaving cream. He can't get a shave. He's got this beard that's, believe it or not, bigger than Scott Ryder's. It's hard to believe, but it's bigger than Scott Ryder's. And so look at, yes, I know you can shake your head, man, and that is a righteous beard, but his is like, if I'm gonna do Marvin real quick, I'm just gonna do a real quick Marvin the Martian. And in my Marvin the Martian with the gigantic beard and his side flaps, I'm gonna say, let's see, get his brush in there. So he goes to Earth to try to turn this dust into shaving cream so that he can shave his beard. He ends up running into Barber Bugs. Barber Bugs' secret power is the ability to shave somebody. All right, there's my Marvin the Martian with a bigger than Scott Ryder beard. It's kind of gigantic, and he still has that look of disgust. So I want to say at the end, Bugs gets him and subdues him by shaving him with the last remnants of shaving cream on there, and it puts Marvin to sleep. Not dead. I'm not going that dark, but it just puts him to sleep. He's got to shave, and now he's going to sleep, and he defeats his enemy that way. It's kind of like Rumpelstiltskin. Isn't that the dude who had the really long beard or slept for a really long time? I don't remember my fables and fairy tales that well. All right, Lorenzo, how does your story end?
So
What is the resolution?
Marvin blows up the moon eventually, but they catch Marvin, and they've got him in Area 51 now, and they shaved his beard down. So he made a bet with Area 51 that they could keep him there if he shaved his beard off. So he did that, and now their only problem is that it's very dark at night. But the random guy went on Roadrunner's back and went up to the sun and just flipped the switch that said on for nighttime.
Nice. So I love that idea. I love the fact that Area 51 is now kind of a barbershop. Who knew, right? A barbershop for aliens. We've all seen Men in Black, I'm sure. It fits in there somewhere. All right. Love Lorenzo's ending. Yes, Tater Tot, we can't kill people because it's a kid's show. And they're cartoons. They don't die anyway. We've all seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I'm not bringing out the dip. So there's Lorenzo's ending. There's my ending. Who else has an? I see Josh Jones. Can we put up his ending? All right. Josh Jones' ending is the moon blows up, and then Macintosh starts serving. Is that appetizers? I can't see the very
Appetizers, yes.
bottom. Because it's cheese. Man, do you know how many appetizers you can make out of cheese? A lot, and they're delicious. Evie, what movie have you not seen? Please tell me you've seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit, because that would be a travesty. All right, so we're in our final things. You know what I would say? Anybody else want to share an ending?
Here's Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. Hey, buddy.
So I want to show my story. This is sort of my story that I sketched out very quickly. So Marvin is about to blow up the moon, and then my character. Oh, my character. Super Bingo drops down on the planet and then tries to shoot Marvin the Martian, but then behind him is a dog that tries to eat him. But then Marvin is quick to shoot the moon, and the moon explodes, and then Marvin gets knocked down on his head with one of the chunks of the moon. And then the moon was radioactive, so then he blows up. And then the world is saved by Super Junior.
Man, you went to town, Nathaniel. Holy cow. That was a lot.
Yes.
And that was awesome. Well done on your story, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Olivia.
So
Mac, go get him, Mac.
Super Rabbit, and Super Cat. So the moon. So when Martian blowed up the moon, they performed a shield, and then they could connect the moon back together.
So they put the moon back together.
Yes, without getting destroyed in pieces.
Sweet. Almost. Do you know what they use to stick it together?
They use like a big magnet.
I dig it. All right. So it attracts itself to itself. I dig it. All right. Well done. I love the story. I love it. Would anybody else like to share their ending? All right. You know what I think it's time for? I think that's great. So there's our story arc, right? We have a beginning shot. We have the climax of something happen, and then we have the resolution. And then tomorrow is all right, give that to Hunter. Tomorrow is building off that for getting into character expressions and understanding who your character. So we have Random Guy, we have Martin and Marshall, we've got a Roadrunner sidekick, we've got Ralph and Macintosh, we've got another Ralph with Tater Tot, we've got Grace, the butterfly, and the flying flower. And then we've got a whole bunch of other things, right? So you guys have some very cool characters that Naylene is going to jump on. But all this beard talking, shaving thing makes me almost think that in the remaining minutes that we have for story time, wouldn't it be great if Scott Ryder put himself on screen and we all just did a little drawing at the end? Yes. Do you see that? He's shaking his head right now. So ladies and gentlemen, do you have your paper? Yes, Liliana Heather Rose, can you use one of your own stories tomorrow? That's fine. There's Scott Ryder. Now, here's what I'm thinking. We have this Marvin the Martian thing, right? So using Marvin the Martian as our theme and Scott Ryder as our muse, I would love to see what Marvin the Martian would look like as Scott Ryder. And he's got the beard. We've got the whole shaving cream thing. And I mean, look at that righteous beard. So, all right, everybody, here's what we're gonna do in the remaining minutes. We're gonna caricature Scott Ryder as Marvin the Martian with the righteous beard, and then we get to show Mr. Ryder what we've worked on. On your mark, get set, go. Scott Ryder's such a good sport. Look at that. If I'm gonna
count as the time that I'm serving for Lotta Scott today.
Oh no, this has nothing to do with Lotta Scott today. This is just because. So
just because.
This is just because. This is just because, buddy. We think you're the greatest ever, and you know today is you should get some attention for kicking off as we kick off this whole new thing. And why not? In kicking off a whole new thing, do something totally whacked out. All right, let's see. Scott Ryder as Marvin the Martian. Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, what Mr. Ryder has in the background. You can use any of that in how you turn a Marvin the Martian sketch into a caricature of Mr. Ryder. All right.
I don't remember Spidey's name, but there's a comment. My idea is that the three craters looks like a bowling ball, and he shrinks it and uses it as a bowling ball, and I don't know what comes next to my story.
I like where that's going. Absolutely.
Giant space bowling ball.
Space bowling. We have pinball and giant space bowling. All right, let's see here. You're going to need to wait, buddy. All right.
That'd be an awesome pinball machine based on space.
Based on space? Yeah, and like a Marvin the Martian theme?
Yeah, or even bowling, too.
Bowling? All right. Oh, Mr. Ryder, this is going to be so good. I can't wait to see everybody's drawings of you as Marvin the Martian. Let's see, what do you have in the background? So just in case you're wondering, he's got an 80s style boombox. It's really an 80s room. He's got a flux capacitor, a hoverboard, a camcorder, also from, why can't I think of that?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, thank you. A Jabba the Hutt, a Boba Fett helmet, and what's the rocket back there?
Oh, that's just a little clay sculpture I made.
All right, so did we not know that Mr. Ryder could sculpt? I didn't know that. And then we've got some Rubik's Cubes. So.
Probably all references that no one here understands.
Right? Nobody was even.
They're all just too old references.
No one was even remotely born at the time this was all happening. I, however, was very much alive. All right.
Well, you're kind of old like me.
I am old like you. I think I'm older than you.
Not as old as me.
No?
No.
Do you have me by a couple of years?
Few years, yes.
Well, we're both in our 40s. We'll put it that way. Wait. All right. So I think that Don't you have the shoes too?
I do. Yeah, they're not on the shelf right now.
Oh, that's right. All right.
They probably make good moon boots.
They would make very good moon boots, I'm thinking. All right. So I'm just gonna let you know, man, your beard covers a lot. So all the way down to the feet. All right, so I've got my Marvin the Martian. My Scott Ryder Marvin the Martian. Could be like an action figure.
Liliana and Heather Rose are done.
All right, Liliana and Heather Rose. I'm gonna let you guys go first.
And this concludes Lotto Scott a day.
Oh no! Oh, this is like the appetizer before the main course. All right, Liliana and Heather Rose.
Oh my gosh, that's so great.
That's awesome. I love it. Yes, way to go.
That's
Heather Rose.
awesome. Wow.
Wait, what T-shirt do you have on?
He's wearing the Lotta Scott a day.
Yeah.
It's about designed.
I love it. Well done. All right, who would like to
Oh,
go?
that's so cool.
Who has a?
Where are we going, Ben?
I'm gonna go to myself for the moment. Here is my Scott Ryder. Look at that beard. It goes all the way to the ground.
It reminds me of Captain Caveman. Remember Captain Caveman?
Yes, I do. We got a hoverboard, and he's got his shoes. And there is my Scott Ryder Marvin the Martian. All right. Well done. Thank you, Nathaniel. Nathaniel's about to rock this out.
Where's Nathaniel? Oh, here's Nathaniel.
All right, buddy.
This might not look good, but I hope this looks good.
Dude, that looks awesome.
That looks awesome.
You did great. Scott Ryder as Marvin the Martian. Why didn't we think about this?
I just tried to draw him as Marvin the Martian, like more like Marvin the Martian.
I dig it, man. I think you did great. Very good.
Here's Tater Tot.
Tater Tot.
Nice.
Thank you.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
That's
Thank
so
you.
cool.
And it's in his style. Well done, Tater Tot. All right.
Olivia?
Olivia.
This is mine.
What?
Nice.
You got the whole room in there.
Oh my god.
Wow.
You are
That's amazing,
fast,
Olivia.
man.
I was trying to see what's on the back of that bookshelf behind Scott. So I was like a rocket, like a sculptor. So I was just copying it down.
I love it, man. Way
That's
to go.
amazing.
That is some serious speed you have to that pencil, man. I'm impressed. Way to go, Olivia.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So
Josh
Jay,
Jones.
yeah. Look at Josh Jones. I love the beard. Yes.
Wow.
Keep going. We're just going to watch you do this for a second. Yes. The glasses look awesome. The brush looks awesome. I love the helmet.
Very cool.
Thank you, Josh Jones. Well done. We got some. All right. Vienna and Victoria. Are you guys ready? I don't think they're ready yet.
No?
You ready?
Okay.
All right. Hold on. Vienna, Victoria, are you ready? I don't think she is. Lorenzo. What do you think, man? In a minute.
I'm not ready yet. I'm almost done though.
All right, you
Almost
go
done.
for it.
Okay.
You go for it. So I'm gonna go round robin, and Laura, Kat, and Sarah Beth. Do you have a Scott Ryder? You have a Scott Ryder?
Okay, I tried, but I didn't have enough time to finish. So
Okay. Can we see it? Can I
Kat
see
is
it?
is gone. She's like really gone. And I'm just like, you left. Why did you leave? I was just like,
It's all right. Can I see your in progress one?
Yeah, I was starting. Yours is not even isn't even a Scott. I was like, I'm gonna start. I don't know if I'm gonna finish, but
All right, you got some good structure, man.
Yeah, mine is not good at all.
Let's see. Can I see yours? Is that okay? Can I just see it anyway?
you did a really weird doodle of someone standing in the rain.
All right, I'm down with the doodles.
It looks really creepy. I just randomly put random things on it. I put random things on it. Yeah. That's it.
That's
That's
all right.
pretty
You
accurate.
did. Well done.
I didn't try.
That's okay. Doodles are good. All right, we've got Vienna. A minute.
Really? Oh, fine. I was in the middle of coloring.
Look at that.
Wow.
That is a beard right there. I can understand why he would be upset with the shaving cream being gone, because that is going to take forever to trim. Oh,
I need
Mom,
to make it way more dramatic.
way to go, Mom. That is awesome.
Okay, this should be better.
Nice.
I love both of them.
Thank
Those
you.
came out great, man. Well done, ladies. All right, we'll go round for one more. I know Lorenzo was finishing up his. Evie, did you want to show one? All right, we're gonna give him a. All right, it's okay. Let's go for that. Let's see the head. Yes.
Nice.
Oh, dude, I love it. I love the brush design too.
That's
Well
so
done,
good.
man.
I was kind of quick sketch for that.
We have all got furry Marvin the Martians. Well done, Evie. Thank you.
Thank you.
So good.
All right. We'll finish up with Lorenzo. All right, buddy. We'll see what you
Okay,
got.
so you actually gave me an idea for this. It's the Scott action figure.
Yes.
Look at those muscles.
He's got muscles. He's got accessories. Those are always the best toys, man. The ones that came with accessories. I dig it. Well done, Lorenzo.
Thank you.
All right, dudes. So I think that wraps everybody that wanted to show. So story arc, right? As we get into comic books, story is hugely key, because if we don't have a good story, you can have great artwork, but you know that it doesn't engage everybody. So we have our exposition shot, we've got our climax of what happens, and we have our resolution. And we all kind of start at the same point as you kind of move along. I know some people have asked if they could use their own story. Sure you can. And then we'll move along as we reach into some fundamentals of making our own comic book. So I'm excited about this week. Naileen's going to do an awesome job tomorrow at the same exact time, 2:30 Pacific time, and then Lee's as well. And I think we might have Mike Funt coming back for the clown school stuff, because clown school is awesome. And then we'll pipe in a lot of Scott today. This was just a precursor, buddy. So it's going to be a whole day of celebration. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate it. I am very much looking forward to this month. You have all been great. I hope everybody has a fantastic Tuesday, and we will see you tomorrow. Later, dudes.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
I lost a tooth also.
What? You lost a
And
tooth?
Olivia lost a tooth.
Oh, man. That's money right there. That's
Even
money.
I twisted my tooth 90-degree angle yesterday.
So does it hurt?
No, but I took it out and I got $10 from the tooth fairy.
You got what?
Wow.
$10? I got like a quarter. I got 25 cents.
I got 25 cents.
Right? That is
Wow.
awesome. Well, Olivia, that is well worth the money right there. I hope you spend or save it wisely. Either one.
Okay.
All right. Have a good afternoon, guys.
Bye.
Bye.